Hello, everybody. This is my first podcast, so welcome to the show. Today we're going to talk about my Etsy shop. I just recently changed the name from Teddy's Style to Teddy's Gifts, and I had to change the spelling of my name because the other spelling was already taken and I wasn't able to use that in my shop. So I had to change it to an I instead of a Y, and just because the name I wanted was already taken on Etsy, so I had to use something else. I've been wanting to do that for a while because I've had Teddy's Style in there. I don't know why I came up with that name for my shop. Because it really, style really doesn't have anything to do with what I don't even know why that name was a thing, but I just thought, gifts was better because that's more what I sell in my shop. I don't design clothes or anything like that. I do design crochet patterns, but, so I did change my name recently, but I started my shop back in 2015, a very long time ago when I was between jobs, and it was all right. I started out just doing like crochet patterns and just crafty things that I had made. I've always been really crafty, and didn't really do a whole lot. And then I started working and just kind of forgot about the whole Etsy thing for a long time, and just came back to really started getting back into my Etsy back in, I guess, 2019. I think it was around 2019. And I put in my shop, I wasn't really sure what I was going to sell. I kind of put some crafty things in there. Nothing was happening. Nobody was biting. Nobody was buying anything. And so I started putting in I saw you could sell vintage on Etsy. So I started selling like vintage items, like vintage home decor and glassware and things like that. And after, a few months, things started selling. And so I had heard from somebody that if you wanted to be successful on Etsy, you had to post regularly. You have to post like new listings at least once a week. So I kept that in mind, and so I was starting to do at least one listing a week, and then I started doing like more listings per week, and I was started just really doing a lot of listings to build, my inventory up in my shop. And it was mostly vintage glassware, vintage home decor. And my shop, it picked up. It started selling some stuff. And I got, I'd have a 5-star rating. And things were doing okay, not as well as I'd like, of course, but I was making, $200 to $400 of extra income a month doing that. But I was working really hard, making frequent listings, and I was starting to get a lot of inventory, which was cluttering my house. And I was like, oh, is this really what I want to do? So I kind of slowed down a little bit as far as getting more inventory. I was like, okay, I don't want more stuff. That's my dog. I'm back to get my dog. Where was I? But yeah, things started picking up. I was selling $200 to $400 a month, vintage stuff, working really hard. I got my inventory up. I think I had the most items I had in my shop was like 300 and something items in my shop. Anyways, it was going okay for a couple of years. And then, I mean, over that period of time from like 2019, 2022, I think I had to shut my shop down once for a while because I went through a surgery and I had to give my time to heal from that. And so that kind of put it at a standstill for a few months, and then opened back up and things started going again. And the shipping prices, I think the shipping prices have gone up like three times, I think, since I started Etsy. And people started complaining about the shipping prices, and so I kind of tried to accommodate that by using a less expensive shipping method, which just caused more problems because now things are getting broken and I'm having customer complaints, and it was just a headache. Um, so I really got to the point where I was like, I'm done. I'm done selling breakables because the shipping cost was so high. If you tried to do it in a safer first class way where it was flown rather than ground transportation, if you tried to do it ground, everything was broken when it got there and customers were not happy. And so I'm like, I'm done with breakables. It's just too much of a headache. And so I just got frustrated. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to change my whole shop. I took down all the breakables. I just like one day just went and deleted all those from my shop, which was a big mistake because, I mean, it was a big mistake because those are the things that were selling in my shop. And I took them all out. And so now I haven't had well, I just got my first sale in months today, because I deleted a lot of my inventory. I went down from 350 items down to less than 100, and a lot of those, because I was selling like vintage Pez and ribbon and stuff like that, other craft supplies. And I just thought, I'm done with the breakables. I'm not going to do them anymore. It's just, but that was the things people were buying. And so I haven't had a sale in my shop in months. I've started posting more of those things back on my vintage stuff. And I just got my first sale again in months. But the traffic just in my Etsy shop, it just nosedive, boom. I mean, I had gone from, I was looking at my analytics in my shop, and it went like 90% less traffic this year than you were last year. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got to get my traffic back up. Because I had to close my shop again too. And every time you close your shop and then you try to build traffic back up, it takes time. And not only that, but we're in a really slow time of the year right now. July and August are the slowest months of the year for Etsy. So I'm trying to get through these months, and I'm just trying to build my traffic back up so that I can get more people in my shop, which has been working. And the way I've been doing that is by doing more frequent listings. I'm taking some of my old listings and relisting, like refreshing the pictures, and just taking the old ones and kind of redoing them and relisting some of the older listings. And I am going to add more vintage in my shop, but I did change back the shipping to, if you want breakable items, you guys, you gotta pay. You gotta pay the shipping cost. I mean, that's just how it is. Otherwise, it's not worth it. It's not worth it for me. It's not worth it for you, because your things are going to get broken in the process of shipping. Shipping, they're not careful. They're very rough with merchandise, and so if you don't pay for good quality shipping, you're not going to be happy. So I figure if customers, they're either going to pay for the shipping cost or they're not. If they want the product, they're going to pay the shipping cost. If they don't, they don't. I'm not going to worry about it because it's just ridiculous. So that's working. And then I've been doing some YouTube stuff. I think by me doing video shorts, I think that's been really helping to bring traffic to my channel, or to my Etsy. Because what I've been doing is, when I'm when I go to make a listing, you know, you're going to go take pictures of your product for your listing, and then you do a short video. And so what I've been doing is, as soon as I, you know, get my pictures and I do my listing on Etsy, then I take the short video and the pictures that I've done for my Etsy listing, and I bring them onto my phone. What is it? InShot. I use my InShot video editor. Just throw them all into InShot, and then I make them into like a 1-minute video with add some music, a little text, and stick it on YouTube. And that is helping to bring traffic to my Etsy channel too. It's just a little short video showing people what I'm listing on Etsy. If they like it, they can come over and view my Etsy shop. You know, so that has been helping to bring traffic to my channel. It really has. To my channel. I keep saying to my channel because I have this YouTube channel too, but I mean to my shop, to my Etsy shop. And the whole reason I started the YouTube channel is to bring traffic to my Etsy shop, and it has worked. But now I'm kind of branching off in this YouTube thing. I've got too many things going on this channel. I've got balloon tutorials, crochet tutorials, painting tutorials, crafting tutorials, videos, shorts, talk about my Etsy. I've got all this stuff going on the same YouTube channel. So just for all my people out there that are just tuning in for animal balloon videos or just tuning in for crochet videos, I am starting 2 separate channels for those. I'm starting a balloon channel that is going to be strictly for my animal balloon tutorials, and I'm starting a crochet channel, which I've already started. The crochet channel, it's crochet circle, crocheters circle, I think it's crochet circle. And I'm putting all my crochet tutorials, and I'm going to start a crochet podcast on that channel, so that I don't have so much content. Because I mean, I know my balloon people, they don't care about crochet, and my crochet people don't care about balloon art, and neither of them probably don't care about my Etsy shop. So on this channel, I'm going to be talking more about my Etsy shop, and yeah, more about my Etsy shop and what I'm doing and what's going on in there. So my traffic now went from I think 90% less than it was last year to like 60%. So it's gone up, and the amount of traffic that is coming into my Etsy shop through outside sources is going up as well. So I know that my videos have been working to get me more traffic in my Etsy shop. So, and I'm also starting to work on some other new things for Etsy, because, you know, I'm an artsy person. Selling vintage, I like vintage, but it's not, you know, I mean, it's okay. It brings me some extra income, but, you know, I made some t-shirts. I designed some t-shirts that I put in my Etsy shop, and I did some gift baskets and some craft kits, and I want to just do more of the crochet stuff as well. Forgive my dogs. So yeah. Let's see, what else for Etsy? Etsy is really, really slow right now. Things start to pick up next month in September, if people are wondering. It's really competitive on Etsy. It's really hard work. You can't just stay stagnant and expect things to run by themselves on Etsy, because that does not work. You have to really push it. You have to list things frequently, even if you have to like refresh your old listings, if you want to get that traffic in your shop. And you have to look for other ways to bring traffic in, you know, whether it's through Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever your source is. YouTube, I use YouTube. I've started using Pinterest recently. I'm starting to try to get my Pinterest built up. I don't really like using Facebook and Instagram that much, but that's just me. I just had some problems with them in the past. But yeah, I'm starting to build up my Pinterest and my YouTube thing. YouTube's the same way. You have to post regularly in order to get views on your channel. It's just a thing. they want to see that you're working on it. They want to see movement, you know. They want to see that you're doing something with it and not just things don't run by themselves. So let's see. Yeah. Oh, what else regarding my Etsy shop? Hmm. Okay. I had to collect my thoughts there for a minute. Um, so the other thing about Etsy is, well, it really depends what you're selling, but you need to pay attention to, you know, your packaging. Um, I sell a lot of breakables, so I have to be really careful how I package my things. And luckily for me, I don't have to spend a lot of money on packaging because my brother works at a company that he's like, you know, a manager, and where they get a lot of the parts and things in, small parts, and he saves a lot of the packaging for me. So I have he brings me home tons of bubble wrap and bubble wrap envelope things and like cushy foam stuff. And he brings me a lot of boxes as well, that are nice boxes for packing. So I save a lot of money on shipping supplies because my brother provides me a lot of that. And you know, a lot of companies will do that. If you were to go to a company, I mean, there's so much waste in the world. It's insane. They there's just so much waste, so much that can be recycled that's not being recycled. So I mean, I do use a recycled packaging product. So I mean, and I try to make them as nice as possible, but I think the important thing is getting things shipped safely. And I'm not making like um I'm not shipping products that are like, I mean, some things that are sold on Etsy, you might want to be more careful with the packaging than what I'm selling, like a vintage item. You know, if you were selling something that's like very delicate and handmade and personalized, and you know, you might have a more different kind of a packaging. You know, you want something that looks pretty and nice and all of that. And I want to make my packaging to be as nice as possible too, but I don't think it's as important as if I was selling, you know, something else that was more of a gift. And I have sold those types of items too, and I packaged them differently. So depending on what you're selling, you should need to, you know, package things differently. If people are expecting a gift, if it's a gift item, you want to make it pretty. You want to package it up really nice, and you know. The other thing is, customers really like when you put a thank you in there, a personal thank you, like handwritten thank you. So I always write a handwritten thank you note to my customers and put that in there. And I try to add freebies because it's almost like they expect it these days on Etsy. Um, I have not always given freebies, but I try to give a little something extra, you know, even if it's just a couple of stickers or a couple pieces of candy. Um, but I have a bunch of vintage stuff that I'm really trying to get rid of a lot of my inventory. So if it's I have little things that I'm starting to give away free, small vintage items. That's just what I'm doing right now. But yeah, people want freebies. So packaging, freebies, you want to get your little packing slip in there. When I first started Etsy, I really wasn't putting my packing slip in there, but it's a little more professional, and it gets your, you know, your shop name out there, and it's a receipt for the customer, kind of. So I think it's just a good practice to do that, to put your packing slip in with your with the stuff that you're shipping. I hope this is working well, because I haven't used this mic before, so I hope this is working okay. What else? What else on Etsy? Let's see. The listings are really tedious. You know, it can be really tedious doing the listings. You have to make sure that your name, you know, your titles are, you want your titles to be searchable. So instead of like describing what you're selling, think about what the customer is going to be searching for when they're searching for that item, as far as your title is concerned. And then when you put your tags in your listings, the same thing. You want to think about, okay, if you were going to go look on, if you were going to Google that item to search for it, to shop for that item, what would you be putting in the search engine? That's the things you need to put in your tags, because you're trying to make it easier for people to find you, to find your product. So when you put your tags, and when you put your description, and you put your title, think about what people are going to be searching for in the search engine for those, because that's going to work best, because that's how they find you. And what I didn't know, was this on Etsy? No, maybe this was YouTube. I think that's YouTube. Never mind. What else? So I've been connecting people from my YouTube channel to Etsy, but I'm gonna start going the other way around now, and start connecting people from Etsy to YouTube. So what I think I'm gonna start doing is, in my Etsy descriptions, is I'm gonna start sending people, mentioning my YouTube channel in my Etsy descriptions, to send more traffic to my YouTube channel. So that can go both ways. So I'm sending people from YouTube to Etsy, and then I'm going to send people from Etsy to YouTube. I'm working on some children's books that I hope to get done, and I'll sell them from my shop, Etsy shop, of course, and in Amazon. And yeah. So what other helpful hints can I give you for Etsy if you're starting your shop? It's a lot of work. You have to really work it like it's a business. You got to put the time in, because if you don't put the time in, you're not going to get any movement. You're not going to get any traffic. Look at other people's shops. See what they're doing. Try to come up with something unique. I mean, I know it's hard. I'm still trying to come up with a unique product. I'm still trying to come up with something unique for Etsy, and maybe eventually I will. I mean, I'm doing my crochet patterns, which are my own, but you know, something that's different, that nobody else is doing, you know. Let's see. I haven't sold any t-shirts yet, so I don't know how that's gonna do. I haven't sold any gift baskets yet. I haven't been making any sales. I'm just now starting to bring back up my traffic in my shop. I just made my first sale in months today, and it was a vintage item. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to get away from the vintage, but I mean, we'll see what happens. I don't know if the other stuff is going to sell. Honestly, I don't know. So many other shops are doing it that, you know, the competition is really tough. I don't know if the craft kits and the gift baskets and the t-shirts, I don't know if they're going to sell. I haven't given it enough time to see. So I guess we'll see as time goes by. I mean, I'll just keep you guys updated as far as things are going. Things are really slow right now. And I'm just trying to keep positive and try not to throw in the towel like a lot of people want to do, because, and I can all totally understand, because you put in a lot of work for nothing sometimes. um, but I don't know, times are different. I know during the pandemic, things were really booming, and now the pandemic is over and things have really slowed down, but they could pick up again. You never know what the future holds. We don't know. So I'm not going to give up. I know I've wanted to a few times. I have, and I'm just rebuilding my shop right back up right now. Um, I've got just over 100 listings on there, and trying to make new listings, regularly, and get the traffic built back up so that when it's not as slow, that I'm going to be ready for it. And I'm trying to get ready for the holidays. That's another thing, because I know this is August, but hey, the holidays are right around the corner, and I'm not really that into Halloween. I have a few things in my Halloween stuff in there. I'm not a big Halloween fan, so it's hard for me to get motivated to do Halloween stuff. So I'm concentrating more on Christmas. I think I'm just going to start getting ready for Christmas. So I'm going to start coming up with some Christmas designs, to get some stuff for for the Christmas holidays in there. Let's see. I think that's about it for today. Tune in for next time. Please like and subscribe, everybody, because it really helps my channel. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep plugging away and hoping things are gonna finally start happening. But yeah, thanks guys for watching, and don't give up. You gotta just hang in there and keep going. And good luck. Talk to you guys next time. Have a great day, and hey, be happy. Be happy.